Alright, welcome to AutoTradingPlanet. I'm Paul, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can detect the engulfing pattern in MQL5. So as you can see in the background, I've already got an expert advisor running, and that's the expert advisor that we are going to develop in this tutorial. So all this EA does is it checks for an engulfing pattern, and if one appears, then we open a pending buy stop order in the direction of the pattern. And in this very simple example, we just have a stop loss and take profit the size of the trigger candle. Alright, so let's start coding. So here we are in an empty expert advisor, and let's start off by adding a new section up here, so we can create a section for the includes, and let's include the trade.mqh file in order to open positions, and we can compile and check if we successfully included the file, so we can double click it and you can see we did. Alright, so let's create a section for global variables. And here we need an array of type MQL rates. Let's just call it bar. And a ulong. Let's call it last bar. And we need an object of our cTrade class. So the bar array will hold previous bar data, which we will use to identify the engulfing pattern, but also to only trade on a new bar. For the same reason, we have this last bar variable to hold the timestamp of the previous bar, and the trade object in order to open trades. So inside the onInit function, because the focus is on detecting the engulfing pattern, I will keep this very simple. Let's just set the bar array as a series, so we reverse the order so that new elements are placed at the beginning of the array. So index 0 in the bar array is always the current bar that has not closed yet. We don't have to deal with the onDinit function, so let's just jump to the onTick function. And here we can start off by only trade when there are no open positions. So if we already have an open position or an open order, then we don't even want to check for any other trading conditions. So if orders total is greater than 0 or positions total is greater than 0, then we can just return. Next, we want to get the previous bar data, so get previous bar data. And here we just copy the values into our bar array. So we use the copy rates function for the current symbol and the current period. We start at position 0, so that's the current bar, and let's just copy for the last 5 bars into our bar array. And now we can go ahead and check for a new bar. So for this, we just use an if statement and we access the timestamp of the current candle. So we just write bar at index 0 dot time does not equal the value stored in our last bar variable. And if this condition is true, then we have a new bar and we can set the last bar variable to the timestamp, so bar 0.time. And if we don't have a new bar inside of an else statement, we can just return. Okay, now we can go ahead and actually check for a bullish engulfing pattern. So for this, we use the characteristics of a bullish engulfing pattern. So here I have one, and so first of all, the previous bar or the last bar that has just closed, the green one, has to be bullish. That's the first condition. The next one is that the close of the last candle is above the high of the bar before, and the bar before must be bearish. So that's the simple definition of a bullish engulfing pattern, and for a bearish engulfing pattern it's very similar. We have a bearish candle that closed below the low of the bar before, and the bar before itself is bullish. So based on these characteristics, we can check. So we can use an if statement. If bar 1 dot close, so that is the last bar. Remember that index 0 is the current bar that has not yet closed, so we are not going to pay any attention to the current bar, but just the one before. So that's at index 1. So the close is above the open. That's the first condition. Then we have the close that must be above the high of the bar before. So that's at index 2. And at index 2 the candle itself has to be bearish. So the open is above the close. And this is already an engulfing pattern, so we can go ahead and open a long position. And here we can use the object of the cTrade class, and we can place a buy stop order. Let's just say 0.1 as a volume. Of course, you can add a lot of additional functionality to the expert advisor. You can have many input variables, but because I only want to show you how to detect the pattern, I'm going to keep it simple. So we are going to place the order at the high of the last bar. The symbol is the current symbol. The stop loss is the low. And the take profit is the high plus the size of the candle, so high minus low. And now we can go ahead, and I'm just going to say order time day, so that the order expires at the end of the day. So therefore we don't need any additional expiration date, and we can add a comment. So for example, Engulfing EA. And we can actually copy this code, and now we can check for a bearish engulfing pattern, and so this is just the opposite. So the close is less than the open at index 1. Then the close of the previous candle is below the low of the bar before, and the bar before, the open is less or smaller than the close. So therefore we have a bullish candle. And then we can go ahead and open a sell stop order at the low of the previous bar. The stop is at the high, and the take profit at the low minus the size of the candle. And we can compile, see if we have any errors. And so let's try this expert advisor inside the strategy tester. So yeah, here we are inside the strategy tester. And you can see we have detected an engulfing pattern right here. We opened the order at the correct position, and we have the correct distance. So the size of the candle is used for the take profit and the stop loss. So that's how you develop your own expert advisor using the engulfing pattern. If you've learned anything new, feel free to like and subscribe, and if you want to learn how to develop your own expert advisors, then make sure to check out my other videos, and see you next time. Bye.